Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. It already feels like 2 weeks, not just 3 days. Let's see. Let me get this going. Oh, there's a couple people. Oh, you made it. I just started it, so it didn't take you very long to find me. Didn't take you long. Hello. It's taking me forever to mark this as an announcement. There we go. Whew. Sometimes the new Facebook does not operate well for me. So, happy Wednesday. It's our last day of September. So, a couple quick announcements. Last day of September. Tomorrow. Oh, you haven't been drawing for a while. No, you haven't. Well, welcome back. Yes, last drawing of September. Friday marks our first October drawing. We are doing fall Halloween theme all October. Every drawing will be either fall or Halloween related. So I hope you like Halloween. I hope you like fall. Otherwise, you're going to be really bored, I guess. But think like apple farms. Like there's so many different things that can fall into fall. Also, tomorrow the Patreon goes live. So watch for that. I'll be making an announcement in the morning or maybe even tonight, just talking a little bit about it. I'll post a quick video that you can watch anytime. And that's it. So Friday, we will start October with a fall doodle page. It will just be all little fall related items on one doodle page. So that's going to be the drawing for fall. We will start with a fall doodle page. And today we are doing a Bob's Burgers drawing. Bob's Burgers is probably one of my more favorite animated shows right now. I find the characters very, very funny. Probably not super appropriate for like the little kids, but I don't know. It's less maybe so than like The Simpsons. I find, it took a while to let my son watch The Simpsons, but Bob's Burgers is pretty dang funny. So we are doing Bob's Burgers and we're doing Louise, the daughter. It was hard to pick a character, but I kind of wanted to do her. She's kind of funny. So, if you like any sort of kind of borders on being a little bit adult animation, and yet my 10-year-old loves it, like he laughs, animation, Bob's Burgers is pretty funny. So let me flip you around. So I really actually kind of focused on the burger on this, and I know we've drawn a burger before, but I just thought it would be cute to have a face of one of the characters kind of peeking out over this giant burger. It is really a restaurant. The show is all this family and they own a burger joint. So we have Louise, the daughter. She always wears this bunny ear hat, and we just have her peeking out over the burger, kind of holding on to it. So it looks like this big giant burger compared to the size of her hands. And, again, just kind of playing with scale a little bit here. A burger that's bigger than her head. But, we all could actually probably take a picture of a burger that looks bigger than our head if you do the angle right. So plays with scale, makes it a little bit humorous. Now, when I draw her today, I will tell you I'm going to drop her down because I definitely put the burger dead center. And then when I realized I was drawing Louise and the ears, I kind of ran out of room. Her ears, I want even a little bit longer. So I'm going to drop the burger lower on my page. So let's get started on that. I have my pen out, but I will actually do this in pencil first. So I'm going to start with the burger. I'm going to do the top bun. So I'm doing kind of a curved, almost a curved edge rectangle. Imagine what a bun looks like. It has that kind of curved edge. But then it's flat at the bottom, right? And that needs to be a little bit longer on that side. So I'm just making that kind of curved edge rectangle and then connecting the bottom lines. I know I have all kinds of lines there. I kind of made it too narrow at one point. I'm just making it the size I want it. Right? You can use those first lines as your guidelines. And then on my burger, I want a bunch of sesame seeds. So I'm just going to do these little ovals all over, going different directions inside of my burger. Now, if you know Bob's Burgers, you could draw more characters in the background than just Louise. If you don't know Bob's Burgers and you're like, why am I drawing this? You could do a selfie. Try to do just part of your own face in the background biting a burger. So I'm just covering that with sesame seeds. And then next I figured I would do some like lettuce. So I'm just going to do these wavy lines, sometimes lower, rough, smoother edges. And that's going to be my lettuce on the burger. And then I'm going to draw, my next is going to be tomatoes. So what I'm going to do for the tomatoes, I don't want these to be too thick, right? Because most of the tomato would actually be underneath this lettuce. So I'm just going to do a little line coming down, take it over to the lettuce, take it over wherever I touch the lettuce. I jump the line and then bring it over. But in order to make these look like tomatoes, because right now it's just one section, I'm going to break this up. So just every once in a while, I'm going to put this curved edge. See, I have one that way, and then I'll curve this edge right here. I'd imagine it falls around here, so let's just do the one that goes this way. Maybe we'd see just a smidge of that one. And then this line in between, I actually would erase. And so now I have these kind of 3 tomatoes on my burger. If you don't like tomatoes, I actually don't even like tomatoes on a burger, but I like to draw some of them sometimes just to give character to the burger. You could even do like little pickles, little small, like kind of ovals like this, like inside, and color those green if you want to put pickles on your burger, onion on your burger. These could even be onion slices. Maybe you don't like tomatoes, so I'm going to color these red. Maybe you like purple onion, and you could put purple onion on there. And the next thing I'm going to do is the patty. So I'm just going to do kind of a rough edge down and then a rough edge. See, I'm just kind of waving my pencil. Just to give that rough edge, because patties aren't smooth. I want it down on this side too. And then I will actually have those lines still, because that's going to be the line for my patty. And then lastly, you'd finish it off, once you're done with all of your burger toppings, you'd finish it off with a bottom bun. And you want that bottom bun to be narrower than your top bun. The top bun is always the fatter one. So again, you're just kind of doing this curved edge rectangle for the bottom bun. Now I'm going to do more details in my burger, and I'll put a bunch of little dots in the meat, but I'm going to do that in pen. There's no point in doing it in pencil because you won't even see it. And then I'm going to put my burger on a plate. So I'm just going to have this kind of hot dog shape, this curved oval that comes out from the back and around to the other side. You can do like a little curves inside of it, maybe a little line on the bottom just to show some of the dimension of the plate. And there is my burger. Now I will cover some of my burger with her hands when I draw her hands in, but I'm going to start with her head. So with her head, I want a circular shape, but I want it a little bit flatter on the top. So I'm going to kind of come up and curve, and then I'm going to flatten it out. And then curve back in some more. I'm going to actually make this a little bit narrower. She wears this bunny hat, so you don't want that perfectly curved upper head because her mask is like, it's kind of like her face is in a mask. There, I like that better. Oh, the cheese. So the cheese, I just do a V on my patty. See, I'm eating dairy-free now and I completely forgot the cheese. So you can just do this V shape on your patty. You could also do more of a melty line on top if you want it to look like that too. There's my cheese. Thank you. Now, the bunny part, it's going to start narrow off to the side and get wider, come around. I'm still like really cutting her ears, even though I changed the shape. She's still going to have kind of shorter ears. I made her head bigger. So there we go. So you kind of just make this other curved shape that's narrower in the corners. You'd see just a little bit of her face because it goes under her chin. And then you can draw bunny ears at the top, and I'm going to have them go all the way to the edge of the page. These pointy, narrow kind of teardrop shapes. For the bunny ears. Next, I'll do her eyes, and those are just big ovals. And she just has a circle in the center for her pupils. And then her nose is just a U shape. Her hair is off to the side here inside of her mask or her bunny hat. And then she has eyelashes. So some of the eyelashes will show and some of them will go behind the hair. And I'm doing four lashes. And then an eyebrow that's going to come up slightly and curve over into the hair. So up and curve. I'm just slimming down the sides. I made that head a little big over there, so I'm just kind of trimming it down. All those little changes you can make. It does look like a small smile too, huh? Before we go into pen. Narrow that out a bit right there. There we go. Now I want her hands coming along, and I'm going to have them, I don't want them too high up on the burger because that would be really weird on the scale, unless you were going to do fingers that were like folded over the top of the bun. You could do that too, where just her hands are right here as if she's kind of peeking over like this. I'm going to have her grabbing the burger. So I'm going to start a thumb from the side of the bun, a thumb, so just a hot dog tip, and then you make more of a V shape, and then you go into fingers, 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to come out of the burger and circle back. So now when you erase all of this burger, you have a hand coming around the side, grabbing onto the burger. And then you just repeat that on the other side. So I'm going to start a thumb in the burger, that hot dog tip shape. I'm going to draw kind of a V, 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3, have it come out of the side and then back into the side of the burger. And that one's way higher than this one, so I'm going to even those out a bit. And then you erase all these lines inside the hand, and you end up with a hand wrapping around the burger. There we go. They don't have to be exactly perfectly even. I will tell you, as someone who loves illustration, especially kind of animated illustration like this, there is an episode of Bob's Burgers where they let fans draw the scenes. And so when you're watching the episode, every time the scene changes, it's a different artist's draw interpretation. It is so amazing. So I'm sure you could find it just by Googling. Just maybe Google fan drawn Bob's Burgers episode. It'll come up. It was very fun. Just fun to see how everybody has their own ways of doing things. So now I'm going to come in with a pen and outline everything. And I'll add a couple other little details within the ears and within the burger bun. I'm going to leave out this line here. It's okay if you did it. It looks just as good with it. Hair, her little eyebrows. And for those of you that watch or have watched, or maybe even just know enough about it, The Simpsons, if you watch The Simpsons, the opening scene is always the same, but slightly different. So, right, they like, Bart's on the skateboard, Marge almost runs over the husband, whose name I can't think of right now, having like a complete brain fart. And then they all end up on the couch, but that scene is always different. So the couch is somewhere different. It's just kind of a fun piece, I think. It's probably one of my favorite parts of The Simpsons. It's pretty genius that they've been able to make that the same thing but different every single episode. So in Bob's Burgers, in their burger shop, the special that's written on the board, they have a board where they have like the special of the day. It's always different and it's always hilarious. So it's like one of those silly things I always look for in the show is what is the special? They never repeat the same one, and they're pretty funny. They're very punny. They have lots of puns in them. Let's do this wavy lettuce. And this is also why I did my cheese as a triangle, because I made this wavy lettuce and I didn't want the cheese to look the same. I wanted it to look a little different, so that's why I kind of made my cheese triangular. The cheese I almost forgot. There's my cheese. My jagged, wavy meat line. I'm going to put dots just for texture all over inside the meat. My lower bun. And then my plate. And there we go. Now I can erase. So while I'm erasing, for those of you that do really love to draw and you're looking for new ideas and new, just little things to do, sometimes drawing is just all about someone planting the seed and giving you the idea, and then you run with it and make it your own. There are two very, very fun activities that happen in October. And they both revolve around drawing. One of them is called Inktober. And so with Inktober, it's on Instagram, but you could also find it. I think they have a website too. Inktober gives you a prompt every day and you draw that drawing. And the thought is that you're really supposed to be doing it in ink. But you can do it any way you want. Some people color it in. Some people do just a quick doodle sketch. And you can share them. It's a really fun activity to do. So it's Ink, I-N-K, Tober, T-O-B-E-R. Another one, which I know happens also on Instagram, it may or may not have a website, or it could just be exclusively on Instagram. It's called Drawloween. So imagine Halloween, but spelled with draw in front of it. So D-R-A-W-O-L. Drawloween. L-L-O-W-E-E-N. I don't know, something like that. Drawloween. Drawloween is the same concept as Inktober, the difference being that Drawloween is all Halloween related. So it's a little spookier. You tend to do more like ghosts and zombies and things like that. And they just give you kind of funny little prompts. You can look at the whole month. Both post the entire month in advance, so you don't have to wait each day to see what the theme for the day is. But you can find both of those online. So Drawloween, and then Inktober. And I will be at least partially participating in Drawloween. I'm more of a Halloween nut, so I like the kind of Halloweenish prompts. But, and yeah, I might share on the Draw with Stacy Instagram. I'll probably share a lot of my drawings there. I will also link to both of them if you guys are interested. But just another fun way to get ideas. Now with those, of course, you're not going to get an image. The prompts don't include an image that you're recreating. You have to use your own creativity and come up with drawings based on the prompts given. So it's pretty fun to do, and I think all ages can do it. Like, it would be really a cool activity for everybody in your house to get a notebook that's just devoted to Drawloween or Inktober, and each night, you guys sit down together and do a little drawing. Again, they don't have to be big, they don't have to be colored. Because sometimes one of the hardest things to do as an artist is coming up with, what am I drawing? I mean, I even do it with you guys, like, oh, what are we drawing? What are we drawing tomorrow? What are we going to draw? So sometimes it's just all about having those ideas. And maybe even, who knows, since I'm doing all fall and Halloween related, maybe one of the days we will focus on one of the Drawloween topics if I like it enough. So I'm just coloring her bunny ear hat pink. She wears a green dress, but we don't see her dress in this. Her eyes stay white. The hair can be a very dark brown. And I will scan the uncolored version when I'm done here and load it for those people that just want the coloring page. And then I'm going to do these little seeds, the same color, but I'm going to sharpen my pencil a little bit. So what about you guys? Do you like Halloween, or is it not your thing? I will decorate a lot, but I probably have as many Halloween decorations as I have Christmas. But I am a complete purist in that I cannot decorate for the holiday until it is the month of that holiday. So I do not decorate for Halloween until the 1st of October. I do not decorate for Christmas until December. I might get a tree at Thanksgiving, but I don't decorate it in advance. I don't do Thanksgiving until Halloween is over. I give each of the holidays their month. That's how it used to be when I was a kid, and now suddenly October is around in September. There's so much crossover, so it's my tradition to wait till the 1st of the month. So I'm just coloring in my lettuce. I went kind of a lighter green, more like an iceberg lettuce. You could do I'm going to do little like squiggly lines of a darker green just to add some texture in there. And then our red tomatoes. I made mine tomatoes, even though I don't really love tomatoes on my burger. I love tomatoes, just not always on a burger. A little bit of tomato we'd see right there and right there where her hand is. And then I'm going to get an orange color for that cheese. Now the meat, you can do it any color you want. You could do, you know, really dark brown. Maybe yours is a veggie burger, so it's more of a even deeper brown, like a nut burger. Maybe you like your meat a little bit more rare, so maybe you're gonna add a little bit of brown and a little bit of like pinkish into it. I'm gonna do this light brown color. Some people like their burgers just almost like char grilled, so maybe you'd add a little bit of like black in there. That's kind of what the little texture is for me. And then I might actually come in and just add like, oh, that's a crazy pink, but where's my normal pink? I just used it. There it is, hiding. So I might add just a little, like, little shade of pink in there. It's not how I eat mine, but it adds some other color into the drawing. Again, just adds a little bit of kind of texture and dimension with those two colors. And then I'm going to do a light brown for my buns. It's almost like a tan. This isn't one of my preferred pencils, so it doesn't color super evenly, but it's the color I want, so I'm going to use it anyway. You definitely find once you try out different pencils, some are more streaky than others. They really show the lines. So what I usually do with those kind is I just keep going over, and if you just keep adding lots of line, then it kind of blends it all in together. And then same on this bottom bun. And then I'm going to do a blue for my plate. Now I want to have a burger for lunch. Sounds tasty. Turn my page a little bit so I can get that edge easily. Ooh, went out of the line a little bit right there. But the good thing with pencil is you can always go in and erase that. And then I'm going to make it just a little bit darker on that side of the line, and then a little darker over at this curve. Show some shading and dimension in there, just a little. And then lastly, I just need to color in her. Pretty quick and easy drawing today. Plus, if you've been drawing with me before, we've done at least one burger in the past. We didn't do one quite as large, but so make sure you share your art with me when you're finished. You can post it in the group, post it in an album, post it on Instagram. That way I can see what you did for your Bob's Burgers drawing. Maybe you're a big Bob's Burgers fan and you're going to add a bunch more characters in. Maybe you don't know Bob's Burgers at all and you decided to make it you peeking out over the burger. I think that's a pretty cute idea. You can practice your selfies, drawing yourselves. It's actually a really fun activity. We've drawn ourselves in group before, but that's a fun activity to do like once a year if you're really practicing your drawing skills throughout the year. Is every year draw yourself, draw what you look like. And it's a fun way to practice people. You're just drawing you, so you don't have to worry about if you think you're terrible at drawing people, like you're going to make somebody upset that you made them look goofy or whatever you might think. But drawing yourself is a fun way to practice people. And there we go. So I am just going to put my name, bumping the camera around, my age, and where I'm from. So thank you very much for drawing Bob's Burgers with me. You can share your art with me by loading it onto the group or sharing it on Instagram. Don't forget to check back tomorrow for details on how to sign up for the Patreon. You can join that at any time. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. You are billed when you join, and then you're billed the first of every month. I will be doing a video tomorrow to go over the details about that Patreon, or probably later tonight. Just talking about the different levels again and just a little bit about like why I'm doing it and things like that. So, and then I will see you back on Friday for our first fall related drawing. We're going to do a fall doodle page. So I'll see you Friday at 11:30 and happy drawing. I look forward to seeing your art. Bye guys.